wanted to do a budget project. That's exactly what we're going to be doing.
So if you've got any form of heart condition, probably don't use that. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
A few years
I'm
back.
editing that out.
Yeah, of course you are.
You don't need £60,000 to buy a camper van. You can have the van life, the campervan's lifestyle, for much less. And I'm at Cooler Commercials here today, and I'm surrounded by a whole range of vans, including the new Transporter, the T7, as some people call it, but it isn't the T7, as you will know. And we've even got a petrol-powered T6. Certainly not many of them around. And then we've got pretty much every other iteration of Transporter which there's ever been, with a few other brands as well tucked away. So Steve, thank you for inviting me back to your premises again.
Thank you for having me back. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, mate, it's always a pleasure to see you. And we do have a selection of Transporters. We've also got a Citroen around the back.
Yeah, but we've hidden that away,
Thanks.
haven't we?
No,
We've hidden
thanks.
that away. So the question, how much do you need to buy a camper van?
Well, the Citroen, if you have you got a couple of cream eggs, that'll be fine. But no, really anything from sort of £500 up. It kind of depends where you're at. You can still have fun with £500. It's not going to be a show winner, but equally you'll have as much fun as you do in a 40, 50, 60 grand van. So you don't need to have a king's ransom to go and enjoy camper life at all.
And that's the point, isn't it? So we've got the T7, which you've got there behind you, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a moment. Now, to buy those brand new now, I mean, the base van itself is like 40 odd grand.
Absolutely.
So whereas 5 years ago, you could buy a brand new camper van, bells and whistles, all lovely, for 40 grand.
Yeah.
It's now a base van.
Yeah, absolutely. Times have changed. COVID's had a part of that.
But people can't always afford the brand new vans.
No.
You know, I mean, I can't. I'd love a brand new van, but I just can't.
Yeah.
So getting into it themselves, you said 500 quid for a camper van. That's kind of just dipping your toe. And so how do we start? So if we've got, like, let's just say 5 grand, because that is a little bit, probably a bit more. What can we do to have a good camper van?
So it depends what you want to do. I mean, I say to everyone, get the best fan you can, get a mattress, stick it in the back, use one of those cassette cookers and a cool box, and away you go. Because actually, that is the base point for anything, whether you spent 20 grand on the van, £5 grand on the van, whatever. Because until you've done that, you don't know what layout and what type of camper van you actually want. You need to go and live in it for a bit to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So if you've got 5 grand, say, 3.5 grand on the van, use your mattress, maybe buy a cheap futon from IKEA, and away you go. And that's you for a season. Yeah. Save your money and then gradually build it. See if you like it.
Yeah, that's it. See if you like it and figure out what you're actually going to use it for. Because there's some people, and the comments might be, oh, it's not got a shower. If you had a shower, would you actually use it? Probably. You know, a lot of vans now, they will come with hot water. It is kind of the new thing. Will people actually be using that hot water? I mean, going to sites, if people go to sites and they go into campsites, they've probably got the full facilities. Exactly. You've probably got a shower block, which is nearby. Okay, you might want the toilet on your van, because in the middle of the night, you might not be wanting to be walking to the shower block.
I'm
but
of
to
an
have
age.
a shower. Yeah, you're probably like me. Yeah, we need to go 2 or 3 times a night. Yeah, so it's good to have it on board. Yeah. But, you know, if you are only going to be going on campsites, you don't need that shower, do you? So once you've actually used that van and you figure out, well, actually, this is how I'm going to be using it. Actually, you know, I've got a cooker. I mean, the amount of people who say to me, oh, yeah, we've got a 2-burner hob, but we've never used it.
Absolutely.
Well, why have you got a 2-burner hob then? Well, that's what everybody's got.
Yeah.
So like you rightfully say, having a van, getting out there, doing what you do and figuring out how you use it. I mean, back in the day, obviously, people used to do that in tents, and then decided when they upgraded, well, this is what I want. This is how I utilise my tent. Now I can do it by having a camper van. I know I'm not going to use that, so I'm not going to have it. Yeah. There's a lot of vans now which come with microwaves. Yeah. And people have never used them.
No. Most people cook outside because they don't want the smell in the van.
Exactly.
So a lot of people now, when they do conversions, don't even have a burner. They do everything outside. Yeah. In the awning or whatever. So it really is about, right, I've got that much money, be it 5 grand, 50 grand, whatever. Let's use it wisely and not buy stuff that I don't need. No. The only way to do that is the mattress trick, really. And then you'll spend your money wisely because it's based on knowledge, not assumption.
Yes, exactly. And it's also the number of people, isn't it? You know, if you've got 5 grand and you're buying a camper van, you're probably not really going to have that money for that pop top.
Absolutely.
Like you see I am going to call it a T7 because
we call it a T7.
They will call it a T7.
We call it a T7.
You know, it's got a pop top which has recently just been fitted. But if you've got a £5,000 van, you're probably not going to have that.
No.
You might then be able to use a roof tent.
Or
roof tents quite cheap.
They are cheap. Or you use your old tent that you used to use as an awning.
Yeah.
So you adapt what you've got, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, that pop top is the price of our budget van.
Yeah.
Right there. So it is a different league. So yeah, you cut your cloth, don't you?
Yeah.
And we sell a lot of cheaper end vans because it's a great entry point. For instance, that one there, the T5, someone bought it, tried it to see if they liked it. They loved it. They've now got a new one. Yeah. That's the way to do it. The one you sat in front of there, exactly the same happened with that. And it's a great entry point, and never overspend because you might not like it and you might have wasted your money.
Absolutely. So we've got Volkswagens here. Why have you got, because you're not Volkswagen dealership, are you?
No, I mean...
So why the Volkswagen?
Primarily...
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Primarily, my background, as you well know, is VW. And the reason for that is A, styling, obviously the scene that goes with it. But from a business perspective, it's longevity, it's reliability, it's quality of build, it's ease of repair. That's why they're here. You know, with the greatest respect to some other brands, and I'm not going to be specific because it will unlock an absolute hornet's nest. But for instance, if that was some other brands, that one you stood in front of or sat in front of, that's 167,000 miles on that van. Mm. If that was another brand, you'd potentially be eating beans out of it.
Yeah.
That's still here and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's got a fantastic service history and it will go on and do the same again. Now, I know there'll be loads of people in the comments going, no, it won't, it's end of life. It really isn't.
No.
But that's not the same with all the brands. So from a business perspective, it just makes sense to sell a reliable, quality product to sensible people at sensible money.
Yeah.
And that's why it works.
And I've seen a question this morning actually on I think it was one of the forums, and somebody had said, obviously he was new getting into campervans, and he said, why can I buy a Ford Transit for half the price I can for a Volkswagen Transporter with less miles? Why don't I just go for that? And obviously then everybody's chiming in the comments saying, well, in 5 years' time, the Ford's going to be worth half and the VW will still be worth what it's worth.
Residuals.
The residual value is always going to be much higher because people want them.
Yeah.
You know, people want them.
100%. But people say, oh, well, I'm just paying for the badge. Yes, you are paying for the badge.
Essentially.
Because it's everything that I've said. Yeah. And also that badge retains the value.
Yeah.
So it swings and roundabouts. But equally, you can buy a Transit. You know the pitfalls, you know it's going to lose money, but hey, you can still have a good time with the Transit.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
I'm say it, the Citroen, there's nothing.
Absolutely.
Well, there might be a lot wrong with that Citroen.
Yeah,
but
no, it's all right, actually, apart from
the brand itself, whether it be a Peugeot or whatever kind of van it is, you can still go to the same place. You can still go to the same campsite.
Absolutely.
You can still wake up to the same beautiful views.
Yeah. That's a grand.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a grand's worth of van, and you can go and enjoy that.
Yeah. We can still go to the same places, isn't it?
Of course you can.
But it's when you come to sell it, that's when it's going to be different. Yeah. And another thing which some people can often overlook, this van here has got a kit on it. It didn't come with that kit from factory. It's got this on it. Yeah. I don't like them personally, but that's another thing. And you know, we just briefly mentioned the new Transporter, and that's now got windows. It's got a pop top.
Absolutely.
It's got front styling. If that was
brand.
I can't say
an alternative brand.
But if it was another brand, then it's not got the same. You've not got the same options because
the Transit has to some extent.
It has now.
It has now.
The other brands,
it hasn't got that cult
not that.
No, it's exactly.
You can type into a search engine, styling kit for brand of van.
You can type into your search engine styling products for vans and transporters fly up.
Yeah, you can. And with other brands, it just isn't there. You've not got the same options.
We have to search more for it.
Yeah.
Some of them are out there, but there's some vans that there are no options for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my £1,000 Citroen, there's no options for it apart from apply lighting.
You'd be able to get a set of wheels or something like that for it. But again, the options, they're just not going to be there.
No. And it depends what you want to use it for. If you want to camp in it at weekends or surfing it at weekends, use it for work, brilliant. There you go, happy days. And you haven't got that much money, it's ideal. It's great to start with.
And the other thing with the Volkswagen is obviously the clubs and meets and festivals and things.
It's the whole scene,
which some people like. Not everybody's into that, but they do. So, gone slightly off topic there, but it is kind of all related to the budget of the van, because you can get a cheap van to get into a camper van.
Yep.
If you are kind of taking away the brands, if you are looking at Volkswagens, you are going to pay more because you go end up getting more.
Yep.
In the long run.
Absolutely.
So realistically now, let's say I want let's say T5.
Yep.
I want the T5. I want to do a budget project. Oh, that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Hey,
so we're going to be doing a budget project for a T5.
Okay.
How much realistically are we going to be looking at to get a cheap budget T5?
It does depend on mileage and condition, obviously, same as anything. So that's kind of a dealer caveat, I guess. For something with sensible mileage, so, I mean, I wouldn't be put off by 100,000 plus, but if we could find something around the 80 to 90,000, which is a rare beast, I know. However, if we could, sensible condition, little bit of bodywork, we'd obviously have to do cam belt, water pump, that sort of stuff, check that everything was as it should be. I would aim for between 6 to 8 grand. If we get it in 6, happy days. 8, yeah, all right. You might even stretch to a slightly leggy 5.1 at that.
Yeah.
There are still some bargains that are way below the 6. And I know, again, in the comments, people are like, well, I paid 3 grand for mine, and it's well done. They are out there. But if you want to find one relatively quickly, then yeah, 6-ish up, I would say. And you will be able to find something. It's probably going to be a white van, to be honest with you. But hey,
then we can come on, if it is a white van and people didn't want a white van, we've got different options. You could have a respray, you could have a wrap.
Yeah, we've got one here that's wrapped. You know, it's an easy solution, and you could change that every couple of years if you wanted to, as the mood takes you. You know, it's entirely up to you what you do with it. Or you can roller paint it.
Yep.
If it's that, or you can do the, is it the Gorilla paint?
I think Raptor it is. Paint.
Raptor paint, yep. That's it, yeah.
It's becoming quite popular, quite a few people do that now.
They look cool.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen those UN green ones as well in the flat colour. And initially I thought, oh my good God, but lowered with banded steels. Yeah, super cool, super cool. So again, budget dictates, you can still have a very cool van.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we've got the van, and then after that van, then we can start to build on it. And like we've already said, you know, you've got the IKEA stuff, which we could go to IKEA and we could pick up a bed and we can start doing that. Obviously, that's not going to carry passengers in the rear. No. So if people have got children, then we're going to have to come up with a different option, whether we go for a fitted bed in the back, or maybe for our 6 to 8 grand, we're not going to get a Kombi, but for a bit more, we might be able to have a Kombi, and then we might be able to have a day van.
Yeah, so let me stop you there. So because you could, because if you're not fussed about having VW seats, there is a plethora, great word, of minibus seats out there that people want rid of. So for these big van conversions, a lot of them are minibuses. That's easy to say with these teeth. But those seats are really good because they come with the seat belts. They're quick release. They slot into a rail. They're perfect. And they're MOT compliant. So as long as they're installed correctly, for 50 to 100 quid, you've got a set of Kombi seats that you can remove and then put your futon down. So actually, yeah, you could have a Kombi. Yeah.
Cheap van.
Yeah, cheap van. Absolutely.
And then we've got a cooker, which you can get from various different places. Lots of different places where you can get your cooker. But like we've already said, a lot of people want to cook outside. I mean, I've got various different Kodaks, and they are absolutely brilliant.
You've got a selection. And I'll get you and your multiple Kodaks.
But it's kind of been built up over the years. It's not as though I've gone into a Kodak store and gone,
it's not here.
I want one of each.
It's okay.
It was really funny, actually. 2 years ago, I got I can't remember what it's called, the small one, the Safari 2, or is that the bigger one?
I don't know. I'm not.
So I bought this small one, brought it home, took it into the spare room. Next couple of days, it's for my birthday. Opened this present for my birthday.
No.
And it was the flat one.
Oh, God.
It's like,
God.
No.
God.
I've just bought the other variant.
We got the set.
Oh yeah, I've got big one, like, yeah, so
how do you select which one? I know we're off topic now, but how do you select which one? Oh, I've got a weekend away. Which Kodak should I take? I mean,
it's all about the utilisation.
Of course.
Utilisation.
Of course it is.
Different ones suit different purposes.
Of course they do.
But then I've obviously got my solo stove as well, and you can, like,
God,
barbecue
how
on
much
that.
What did you do? Banquet.
Quite a bit, obviously, by the look of it.
Have you got a breakfast Kodak? That's great. Oh, I just use this for bacon. This was my vegan sausage one. Brilliant. That sounds wrong. I won't say that again.
I've got other older cookers as well, because obviously I've been doing this for years and years. So
Right.
it's kind of come up like.
Do you need to talk? You
I've
okay,
got a camping gas. My garage. I tell you what, if I had a sale from the stuff in my garage of camping gear,
just full of cookers.
I think I've got the 6-bed tent in there and 6-berth tent. Oh, there's all sorts in there.
Wow.
Awnings. Yeah, if you want an awning, I've got a couple of different awnings.
Of course you have. It'll all come with a Kadak, presumably.
But these are all perfect for that camper van without it being the kitchen down the side, the pop top, the bed, etc.
Traditional.
Because you just utilise it. You know, you go away. And the beauty of having kind of this test period, which we're talking about now, where people don't know what layout they've got, is you can just go to site, you can have your weekend away, your week away, or whatever. You get home, you can empty it out, and then you've just got a van for
you got your car
for taking around.
Or
you've got your daily vehicle, you've got your shopping vehicle, you've got your van for taking your mates down to the golf club, and you know it's multi-purpose.
And each time you go away, you learn that little bit more about what suits you. So gradually you can build it piecemeal as and when you've got the money. And also the fun for me on those budget builds is sourcing parts. And I get such a buzz. Oh, God, I've got a really good set of alloys or whatever else. And it transforms everything. And it's a real win. It's a bloke thing, isn't it? It generally on the loo. We're there on Marketplace. Go, God, I need that. You know, I need that. You don't need it because when you sat down, you didn't need it. Now, all of a sudden, you're obsessed with it. But it's great for a budget build. And I think, certainly I love that. That's part of the excitement for me, on the toilet, is just finding bargain parts that gradually build that project. Yeah. So it's fun as well.
And we all know with campervans, there's always something which we want because we're always online and we're always seeing what somebody else has got. I mean, I've got we've just already mentioned showers, but I've got a Julka shower. Yeah. So it's, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it kind of comes with a washing bowl. It's got the shower and then it's obviously a washing bowl as well. I actually won it in a competition. It was Easter, not this year, the year before, but I've still not got around to making a video yet. There's a video there where I want to talk about a solar shower. So basically your £5 bag off Amazon.
Bag on the roof.
Which, it works for maybe washing a little bit of sand off your foot, but not feet. Because it'll only do 1 foot.
Yeah. There's a sudden hot blast and then freezing cold, by the way. So if you've got any form of heart condition, probably don't use that. I'm just saying, I'm not medically qualified. I'd say that's risky.
And then you've got your Julka shower, and then you've got your showers which are fitted in your vans. I still need to do that video, but it's parts like that which utilise a van, and that is perfect for probably not a budget van because that bit of kit is like £500. Yeah. So it's not cheap. But we could use it for our budget van because it's there, and we can use that.
But we need to I think also we need to keep it real, as if it was our van. Yeah. So we perhaps wouldn't have had that. We'd have had to have found that on Marketplace. So then the question is, do we actually need that? Yeah. So even if it's on Marketplace at £100, well, that £100
because washing up bowl, water, water cat. There's lots of different things which you.
But then you've got a kettle, a washing up bowl, and a jug of water.
But how are you powering your kettle? Gas.
Probably one of those jet boils.
Yes.
Because then you haven't got the full installation. You haven't had to take the gas contract. You've just used a jet boil.
Got 2 of them.
Of course you have.
But not all these make
only
videos.
2.
Not all these make videos, you see, because I only talk about products positively, which I believe in. You'll never find a product on my channel which I don't believe in.
Well, there's no
because point. I'm not going to talk about it, because what I don't want is Billy down the road saying, oh yeah, you said that this was brilliant, it's actually rubbish. Well, I'm not going to do that. No. So I've bought majority of the products which have been on the channel, I've actually bought myself. And there's a lot of products which have never featured in my videos because they are rubbish. Yeah. And I don't want me talking about them positively when
can't.
They're rubbish. No.
Well, it doesn't reflect what they are. No. That would ruin your channel. You can't do that.
But a good one which I've got, I think it's OEX, which I think is Go Outdoors, his own brand, and I think it was something like £40, and it brilliant, really, really, really good. One of those kind of jet boil, but much cheaper. Yeah. And it boils water in, I think it's probably about 2 minutes. It's not quite
incredible, aren't they?
So what? It's 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, your kettle probably takes longer, doesn't it? I've not timed our kettle. I've been going out quite a bit recently, but I'm sure in the winter I'll probably time it. Yeah. When we got a new kettle, I actually watched it boil with Serena. We were both like, because it had a window. Pathetic. Yeah, winter's drag here. Anyway, back to the budget van.
Back to the budget van. So we've got a van. We're on various different marketplaces and we're looking for budgets. And obviously we do have to be careful with the online sales.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of scammers
out there.
It is being very, very, very cautious.
Yes.
Hugely. But you don't have to all necessarily go for second hand. There are some good new buys which you can get, which aren't. So we've got a van. We're talking about a bed, IKEA, blow-up mattress. Go to your local outdoor centre. You can get a blow-up mattress, something like that. Or what I know some people have been doing is they've kind of been preempting stuff. So they're going, well, I'm going to be getting X a bed in the future, so I'm now going to go out and buy a duvet.
Yep.
I like duvet. It's obviously probably 4 or 5 centimetres. It's not massively thick because it is just a topper.
Yeah.
But using that, because they're going to need it in the future, they've got the bed, so use it now, and then they've already got that prepared for the future. Sense. So you've got your bed, you've got your cooker because you've bought one of the Kodaks, which I might have for sale.
Well, multiple Kodaks you've got for sale. On the racking. Come on in.
And then toilet-wise, I mean, toilets are not...
Porta potty's 30 quid.
Yeah.
I don't suggest you buy a second-hand one. I mean, it's up to you.
No, I don't think that's the way we go.
Probably wouldn't.
But yeah, so you've got your toilet. We've already established shower. Go on site, find out whether you really need one. It's not exactly necessary. No. And then there you go. You've kind of got that bones of a camper van.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then, you can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. Yeah. Visit the beautiful places and enjoy beautiful days.
Enjoy the weather like today. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Ultimately, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. Just enjoying this.
Yeah.
Out and about, meeting people, having fun.
So coming back round, so you don't need a camper van, you just need a tent.
You do need a tent, but I'd attach that to the van because you're going to sleep a lot better. You've got some soundproofing. You're not going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because it's really bright. You're not going to have to buy a sleep mask.
Yes.
And yeah, do you know what? It's just the warmth thing and the comfort. Yeah. And actually, a big part of it, I know I'm old and vulnerable, I just feel a lot more secure in the van.
Secure, yeah.
And I've got
this is kind of the argument for the pop top, the tent, the roof tent compared to a tent. Well, yeah, people say you are safer up there. You've got that solid roof. You've not got the sun. You've not got the water.
Lions.
With a pop top, it's all internal, and it's
exactly that.
There's all sorts of these different pros for. Yes, you could do a tent, but actually, this is better. Yes, you could just have a standard awning, but actually, having an awning and a pop top is even better. But it all depends where your budget is, doesn't it?
And that's it. But it's something you can evolve. If you've got your van, you can just gradually evolve that. These sort of Fiamma type awnings, there's Omnistar, there's loads out there that wind up. They're incredible. And you can lift them on and off if you wanted to. A lot of people just leave them straight on. I would, because I probably haven't got the power to lift it. But that's great because you can just turn up, wind it up. You could do a car boot cell. You can camp in it. You've got a lounge area, sleep in the van. It's great. Saves all the faff of an awning. But if it's windy, you're going to need a storm strap. So there's fors and against with everything. It's just how you evolve with it and how you use it. But there's plenty of stuff out there you don't have to spend a fortune on to go and enjoy it. I'm like a broken record, aren't I?
Shall we briefly mention the T7?
Yes.
So you don't need lots of money to buy a camper van, but if you did,
welcome aboard.
Welcome
aboard.
Transporter. So this started life as what we've talked about before, as a panel van, didn't it?
Absolutely. A Commerce Plus, Simon Serena's van, this is from Monster VW. They bought this with black bumpers and good spec, but as a brand new van out the factory. And look at it now. It's undergoing a massive transformation. The guys have added a very simple touch there. Look, that black
and it
panel.
Makes a difference.
What a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
And it makes it look like a transporter.
Yeah.
And this whole front end now with the front kit that they've got on, it looks incredible. And dare I say, its rival van with the MSRT also looks cool, but that actually now really does look like a transporter. And a lot of people say, it's just a transit. But that front end gives it away. It's not. Yeah. It's really not.
It's just a Transit, which happens to be the best selling van of all time. Outsold the Transporter threefold. So no matter what we're saying about the Transporter and the Transit, the Transit was still a good van. It's
absolutely.
Like I mean, I'm not sure you will know this, but in 2021, the most sold vehicle in the UK,
not van,
not van, was a Transit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sold so well. But that really does. Just that simple touch there.
It makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It does,
It's transformed the whole van and this kit. But the good thing with these, and people are going, oh, wet belt. And we've touched on it in the previous video. We've mentioned it and people are scared of it. So what they've done, and so have Ford, 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now, if you think cam belt, because essentially that's what that is, well, you probably change that if you're sensible every 4 to 5 years anyway. And certainly in the old days we did, 80,000, 4 years, water pump cam belt. Well, you got 5 years off the bat straight away. You've probably got a service plan with it. And if you haven't, you should do, because they're reasonable, especially at the point.
Well, with a Volkswagen, you've got 5 years services as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's great.
Yeah.
So what a great base to build. And yes, it's not the £1,000 Citroen, but this is the future. Like it or lump it, that is what's going to happen. We've got this amazing piece of kit here, which is a 350 brake. That was a panel van.
Yeah.
And look at that beauty now. But that's what's going to take over from it.
Yeah. And if people are concerned about the diesel, that's going to be coming out with a petrol hybrid next year. Absolutely. Or you can get it as electric today.
Yeah. And now we're new electric people, aren't we?
Yes.
We've moved on.
We are. Yes, I do love electric.
Yeah. Wow. This is a sentence you would never have said a few years
I'm
back.
editing that out.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
But that is a lovely van. And you said the Commerce Plus there, which is the middle of the range.
Yes.
And I've got a video which is coming out probably in a couple of months' time, actually, why some converters will go for the Commerce Plus over the Commerce Pro. Because essentially the Commerce Pro is the top of the range, and then there's Commerce Plus. And essentially, it's because there's certain options with the Commerce Pro, which actually, when you've got a camper van, you don't actually need. They're
irrelevant.
Anyway. So I'm going to be talking about that more in a future video with a converter, just to talk about those differences. But that makes a huge difference, that black stripe. I really quite like that. It's
such a transformation. It looks way less awkward because it looks, I'll say it looked a bit stormtroopery. But as soon as you got that bit in, oh, hello, welcome back. It looked awkward, whereas, complete transformation. And it keys in with absolutely everything on there now.
But it's different styles suit different people. Everybody's got different tastes. Some people won't even like that, full stop. That'll be it. They've drawn a blank. They just want a T6.1.
Yeah. Or they're swamp or something.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Or they like the 5.1. There's still a massive following for the 5.1, and it's a great van, And people will say to us, well, it's not a true Volkswagen. Which it kind of, I get it. It sort of is. But I kind of get it. So there'll be a band of people who will stick with T6, T6.1, and that's where they're going to stay. But sooner or later, it's going to be that, isn't it? And the Buzz Cargo, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
And that partnership isn't going to last forever. But the fact that that partnership happened means that one day there might be a T8 from Volkswagen. If that partnership hadn't happened, there might not have been another Volkswagen.
Absolutely.
So in many ways, we kind of got to be grateful.
Save the day.
It's the company's still around.
Yeah, it's save the day.
For those who do love the Volkswagens.
Absolutely.
How popular it'll be is going to be interesting. And also what's going to be interesting, we've obviously talked about residuals of all these you've got. How are the residuals going to be? And we don't know.
Way too early to tell, isn't it?
We can have a guess ourselves, but we don't know.
But I think I said on the last, I know I did, on the last video that we did, that actually people started to go, I cannot stand that. What have they done? They've ruined it. And we heard it when that replaced that, when that replaced that, and when that replaced that.
Yeah. So
is that going to be the case? Probably, which means the residuals will do exactly what they've done with this. Yeah. So I think it's been a bit of an awakening. That association has upset a lot of people who are purists, and I get that. I do get that. I've sort of taken a, whoa, hang on a minute, guys. But you look at that, it's all right. It's all right. And we'll all go, I'm not really sure about it, but I sort of love it. And that's where it's going to go. It really
so let's see what does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. You don't need £60,000 or even more to buy a camper van. You can buy one for much less. Like you said, 500 quid you could potentially buy a van for, or a T5 from approximately about £6,000, which I showed you when Tony bought his van. That was a couple of years ago, and I think he bought his Transporter T5 for about 5 grand, and he did the whole thing for about 7.5, including a roof tent and things like that. So it is possible. You don't have to spend a fortune, and we can all experience this lovely lifestyle. Anyway, if you didn't see that video of Tony, you can look at it here, or the last conversation which me and Steve had, you can see that here. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you soon.